Welcome to the session. Topic of this session is trends in input use. In the traditional agriculture, we used to depend on the farm grown inputs such as seeds and the farmyard manures or manures, and we were having very limited irrigation infrastructure in the traditional agriculture. But at the time of the independence, the country was facing severe food shortage in the country, and there was emphasis to increase the farm productivity. And to increase the farm productivity and farm production, there was a need to have the modern farm inputs such as the high yielding variety seeds and the chemical fertilizers, the pesticides, the farm machinery, the infrastructure in terms of irrigation and other market supports. And so, a lot of importance were given, and actually we adopted the green revolution technology, in that there was a focus on the high yielding variety of seeds, the chemical fertilizers and irrigations, and making available the irrigations. And country achieved quite a good success by providing the farm inputs. Actually, there was a focus on the production and distribution of these modern farm inputs like high yielding variety seeds or the chemical fertilizers and pesticides, and developing the infrastructure for the irrigations. And actually all these farm inputs, they are the capital intensive. The farmers, they need support in terms of finance, or they should be they make available the funds to purchase all these modern farm inputs. So the emphasis were also given for developing the institutional infrastructure, for making available the credit to the farm sectors. So basically in this session we will be discussing about the agriculture inputs, modern inputs of the seeds, the chemical fertilizers, the irrigation development. So this is the focus of this session. And the output of any sectors, being agriculture or other sectors, is depend on the inputs used. So quality and the quantity of the inputs are very important, and actually the use of these inputs also go changing with the change in the volume of productions and the technological transformations or the development of new inputs, like in case of pesticides, there are a lot of new biological pesticides available. So they will reduce the consumption of the chemical pesticides. So there is changes in the use of the inputs also over the period of time with the development in the inputs. And in the field of agriculture, the input requirement also increases with the depletion of the available nutrient in the soil. If soil fertility decline, we need to use more the farm inputs like the fertilizers or farmyard manures to maintain the soil fertility. So basically in this session we will be learning about the trends in the utilization of the farm inputs, like the land use patterns, the operational land holdings, use of the improved and certified seeds, the consumption of fertilizers and pesticides, irrigation infrastructure development, the mechanizations. Then also we will discuss about the flow of institutional credit in agriculture sectors. So let us first understand the agricultural land use pattern in the country. And actually we have the total geographical area of 328.7 million hectare in the country. So this geographical area is fixed, and then we have the reporting area for the land utilization. So with the development, the reporting area for land utilization is increasing. In 1950-51, we were having 284 million hectare as the reporting area, which has increased to 307.75 million hectare in the year 2015-16. And the forestry area is also increasing over the period of time. So in 1950-51, we have 40.5 million hectare area under the forest, which has increased to 71.87 million hectares in the year 2015-16. In percentage term, the forest area has increased from 14.2% to the 23.35% in the country. So this is a very good sign for our environmental point of time. So there are areas which are not available for the cultivation. So around in the year 2000, in the year 1950-51, we have 47.52 million hectare area which were not available for the cultivation purpose, which has decreased to 44.02 million hectares in the year 2015-16. And there are other uncultivatable lands which exclude the fallow lands, that is 49.4 million hectare in the year 1950-51, and which has reduced to 25.64 million hectares in the year 2015-16. And then we have the fallow land around 26.72 million hectare in the year 2015-16. And here we have the very important data related to agriculture. Like in the country, we have net sown area, which was 118.8 million hectare in the year 1950-51, which has increased to 139.51 million hectares. So here you can see there is not much scope to increase the net sown area in the country, and the share of the net sown area to the total reporting area is the 41.8% in the year 1950-51 to which is increased to 45.33% in the year 2015-16. So this will be this area is almost constant. There is not much chance to further improve or to further bring the area under the net sown area. But here we can increase the gross cropped area. There is a good scope is there if you provide the the irrigation facility. So the gross cropped area was 131.9 million hectare in the 1950-51, which has increased to 197.05 million hectares in the year 2015-16. So there is a good scope is there to increase the gross cropped area, and the difference between the net sown area and gross cropped area is if you have a 5 hectare of land, and if we grow 2 crops in that 5 hectare land, so it become a 10 hectare lands. So gross crop area is the 10 hectares. So in this manner, if we grow multiple crops, 2 crops or 3 crops in a year, so we can increase the gross cropped area. So here we can see the area shown more than once. So, it has increased substantially over the period of time. It was 13.1 million hectare in 1951, and this area, the area shown more than once has increased to 57.55 million hectares in the year 2015-16, and the crop intensity has increased much. Like in the 50-51, we have the 111% cropping intensity, which has increased to 141.25% in the year 2015-16. So there is a good scope is there further to increase the crop intensity, and the net irrigated area also increased over the period of time due to development of various infrastructure, particularly the large irrigation dam and small irrigation dam. And the area under net irrigated area was 20.9 million hectare in the 50-51, which has increased to 67.30 million hectares in the 50-51 in the 2015-16. And the gross cropped area, it has also increased from 22.6%, 22.6 million hectare in the year 1950-51 to 96.62 million hectare in the year 2015-16. And now we will see the operational land holding informations, like number of land holdings. So actually the we can divide the land holdings based on their size. So, we have the 5 category of the land holding size, like marginal, which is less than 1 hectare, the small 1 to 2 hectares, semi medium 2 to 4 hectares, the medium 4 to 10 hectares, and large size land holding, which is more than 10 hectares size. So, here we can see that how there is a change in the distribution of operational land holding. And when we talk about the number of the land holdings, the figure is given in the millions. So, the less than 1 hectares, that is the marginal size land holding, was 36 million in the year 1970-71, which has increased to 100.2 million in the year 2015 and 16. So, here it indicates that the number of the holding under the marginal size category is increasing over the period of time. So, there was 51% marginal holding in the year 1970-71, which has increased to 68.4% in the year 2015-16. So, this is a basically alarming trend. And actually, when we increase the size of the land, we cannot use the farm necessary, we cannot employ the modern farm production technology. So, it is not very cost effective. So, it reduces further the scope for development in agriculture sector. So, and the other holdings like small holdings and the semi medium holdings, they were 34% in the year 1970-71, and here in 1950-19 in the year 2015-16, the small size categories holdings, we have 17.62%, and the semi medium size land holding, we have 9.55%. So, around 28% of land holding we are having under the small and semi medium category. And the number of the medium and large category of land holdings, they are declining over the period of time due to the fragmentation or division of the land holdings. So, in the country basically we have 146.4 millions land holding in the year 2015 and 16. So, there is a large number of the land holding in the country we have, and major of the land holding is from the marginal categories. Then we have the land holding from the small category, and then around 10% of land holding we have from the semi medium, that is 2 to 4 hectares, and then less than 4% is from the medium category, and around 0.5% from the large category. The area under the marginal land holding, which are around 68% in the country. So, the area under the marginal category of land is increasing over the period of time. So, actually 1970-71 we have the 15 million hectares area under the marginal category, which has increased to 37.9%, basically due to increase in the number of the land holding under the marginal category. And the area under the small category of land holding is around 22.91%, and then in the semi medium category we have to 23.84% area, and then in case of the medium category we have the 20.16% area, and in the large category we have around 9% area under the large category. So, in case of the large category, you see the 0.57% number of land holding is having around 9% of the total area, whereas the around 68% of the land holding under the marginal categories are having only 24% of the land, 24% of the land area. So actually in the all holdings we have the around 157.8 million hectare area in the year 2015-16. And here we can see the average size of the holdings, data is given the hectare. So, over the period of time, the average size of holding is declining in the countries. In 1970-71, the average size of the land holding was 2.28%, and which has declined to only 1.08 hectare in the year 2015-16. So, doing a cultivation, particularly using the modern farm technology in the small size of holding is very difficult. It is not very the cost effective, and which will not give much return to the farmers. So, it is basically alarming situation, we can say. But the using of multi-cropping systems can help the country in growing more farm production. Now, we will move to the improved and certified seeds, and basically seeds are the basic and crucial inputs, and basically the seed is the basically carrier of the new technology. Whenever if we want to use the new technology like in the crop protection, the irrigation, so seed is very important factors, and the production of the quality seeds and distribution is very important, and it is always an important component of the agriculture policy in the country. And in the improved or quality seeds, basically it was the main reason for the current self-sufficiency in the food grain production in the country. And actually the country promoted the high-yielding variety of the rice and wheats, and then the high-yielding or hybrids of maize, jowar and bajra. All these hybrids and high-yielding variety have been introduced in the different crops in the country. And actually we have started the high-yielding variety programs in the year 1960-66, and it contributed a lot in the the country's agriculture production and productivity. And the seed sectors of the food crops or the cereal seeds, they are basically dominated by the public sectors, and the government is giving considerable importance or attention for the research for evolving the new or better variety of seeds. And they are also focusing on the production of this better variety of seeds, or they are also focusing on the distribution of this quality or certified seed to the farmers. And for that purpose, because this seed, the high-yielding variety is little costly compared to the normal seeds. So the government is also focusing on the making a provision of adequate credit facility for the farmers, so they can purchase the seed. And along with the seeds, the focus is also on the irrigation facility, and then fertilizers and fertilizer availabilities for the utilizers in the. And various institutions were developed for the seed sectors like National Seed Corporations, NSC in 1963, and then State Farm Corporation of India in 1969. And then the government have also allowed the private producers to multiply the foundation seeds and also to produce the certified quality seeds in the country. And there are three stages in the production of seed, or in the production cycle. There are three stages. First is the breeder seeds, which is the basically primary seeds or primary stage of the seed production. And here the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, State Agricultural Institutes, National Seed Corporation, State Farm Corporation, they are involved in the production of breeder seeds. And then we have the foundation seeds. So basically it is the second stage of seed production cycle, and the major responsibilities for the production of foundation seed is given to the National Seed Corporation, then State Farm Corporation of India, and then state corporations also. The state seed corporation is also there, and there are many private seed producers are also there. They have been also given responsibility for the production of the foundation seeds. And then in third stage is the certified and quality seeds, which is also again produced by the different organizations and the private organization also. And this seed is basically produced at the farmer's field also, and then this seed is distributed to the farmers for crop production activities. Here we can see some data about the requirements and availability of the certified and quality seed in the country, and it's basically the we have data for 2016-17 and 2018-19 here, and then over the period of time you will see there is an increase in the requirement, and also there is a availability of the certified and quality seed is also increasing over the period of time, and both public sector and private sectors, they are playing important roles in making available the certified and quality seeds in the country. And when we see data about for the year 2018-19, there was a requirement of 354 lakh quintal of certified and quality seeds. So for that, the contribution from public sector was 171 lakh quintal, and the private sector contribution was 228 lakh quintal. So there was availability of the 399 lakh quintal in the year 2018-19. So the availability is sufficient, availability is there, and the availability is more than the requirement in the country. And here we can see the data on the distribution of certified and quality seeds, and over the period of time you will see the availability, basically the distribution of the certified and quality seed is increasing for all the crops, like total the distribution of the quality seeds was 92 lakh quintal in the year 2001-2, which has increased to 320 lakh quintal in the year 2019, and the distribution of the quality seed of wheat was 118 in the year 2018-19. In case of paddy, it was 72 lakh quintal. In case of, when we talk about the total sales, there was 207 lakh quintal distribution of quality seeds were there. So in all the crops like pulses and oil seeds, the availability and distribution of quality seeds is increasing over the period of time. Now we will move to the trend in the consumption of fertilizers and pesticides. And basically after the independence, there was immediate need to increase the agricultural productivity, and the chemical fertilizer was one of the most important component of green revolution technology. And basically we have seen there is a continuous or regular increase in the consumption of fertilizer over the period of time. In the year 1960-61, there was a 1.9 kg fertilizer consumption was there, which has increased to 133.2 kg per hectare in the year 2018-19, and this fertilizer consumption has contributed a lot in the increasing the farm productivity and farm production. So here the later on, after the basically the 9th 5-year plan, we have also focuses on increasing the use of the organic manures, basically the farmyard manures or urban and rural compost in agriculture, and basically the using the organic manure help in increasing or maintaining the farm productivity or soil fertility. So here data is available for the consumption of fertilizers in India, and data is given in the 1,000 tons. When we talk about the total chemical fertilizers, in the year 1950-51, there was a 66,000 tons consumption was there, and it has increased a lot over the period of time. And when we see the data for the year 2018-19, there was a consumption of 27,375,000 tons of chemical fertilizers. Out of that, the major share is from the nitrogen-based fertilizers. So consumption of nitrogen based fertilizer was 17,628,000 tons, and the phosphoric fertilizers, and there was a consumption of 6,968,000 tons, and the potassium fertilizer consumption is basically 2,779,000 tons. And here you can see the fertilizer consumption pattern over the period of time per hectares, data given in the kg. So in the year 2001-2, there was only 92 kg per hectare consumption was there, and this consumption has increased to 133.12 kg per hectares in the year 2019. And here in after 2010-11 there was a maximum consumption per hectare was the 142 kg per hectares, which has slightly declined, but now there is a constant trend in the fertilizer application in the per hectare basis when we see. So it is around 130 kg per hectares over the period of time after 2011-12. And the congestion of pesticides has also increased over the period of time a lot. Actually in the 2001-2 there was a 47,000 tons of consumption of pesticides were there in the country, and it has increased to up to 62.2 kg in the year 62.2 thousand tons in the year 2017-18, and thereafter little decline to 53.5 thousand tons in the year 2018-19. But there is a constant increase in the pesticide consumption over the period of time in the country. And irrigation is another important the factors, the component in agriculture production, and there is a considerable importance was given to the canal irrigation initially, and the gross cropped area or gross irrigated area has increased from 17% in 1951 to 49% in the year 2015-16. And the most important source of the irrigation is the tube well in the country. Around 45% area is irrigated by the tube well. Then the canal is the second important sources. Around 26% of area is irrigated by the canal, and then open well they are contributed to the 18% of total irrigated area, and there is also contribution from the tanks, that is around 3%. So as per the agriculture census data of 2010-11, there is 64,561 thousand hectares area is basically irrigated area, which are irrigated from the canal, tank, well, tube wells, and there are other sources also there. And there is a lot of focus on the micro irrigations now, and around 114.13 lakh hectare area is basically under irrigation through the micro irrigation techniques, and drip irrigation and sprinkle irrigation both are contributing a lot. And there are different categories of the agriculture irrigated land, like wholly irrigated area, which is 542 lakh hectares, and then the partially irrigated area is 249 lakh hectares, and wholly unirrigated area in the country is 608 lakh hectares. And government have started the another important schemes to improve the irrigation infrastructure in the country, and there is a accelerated irrigation benefit programs which was started in the year 96-97, and the purpose was to support those major and the medium irrigation projects which are beyond the capacity of the states, and all those projects which are under advanced stage. So financial support were provided to complete all these projects, major or medium irrigation process, so that the irrigation potential in the country can be increased over the period of time. There is a significant contribution from the accelerated irrigation benefit program in the year, and around the target is that around 15,133,000 hectare area can be covered through this program, and around more than 10,000 hectares area potential has been created under the accelerated irrigation benefit program in the country. And mechanization is the most important input or the capital investment in agriculture sectors, and basically it increased the capacity of the farmers. It allow, and through the mechanization basically it help in plowing activity, it help in reducing the drudgery, it help in the large scale production, and we can get the more output per acre if we use the farm mechanizations, and the cost of production is also reduced by using the mechanization. And here we can see the sale of the tractor data or power trailer here, and there is a continuous increase in the sale of the tractor. In the year 2004-5, there was a 248,000 number of tractors were sold in the country, and it has increased to 19,000 number in the year 2018-19. The credit is another important factors, and because we are using the modern farm technology or modern farm inputs, and they are basically capital intensive, and for that purpose the farmers need the capital support, the money support, so financial support. So various programs have been started by the government, and traditionally we were using the non-institutional sources, and they were basically exploitative. So there was a focus by providing the credit through the institutional credit, which are basically non-exploitative natures and help the farmers to raise the farm productivity and farm income. And various programs were started by the government of India, like the cooperative structures were developed to make available the credit. Then the nationalization of bank were also done. Then regional rural bank were established. Then microfinance programs were started. Then recently we have seen the Kisan credit cards is provided to the farmers, so which provide the short term and medium term loan. And there is a significant growth in the institutional flow of the credit to the agriculture sectors. And the commercial sectors, the commercial banks, they are coming in bigger, they are playing a major role for providing the institutional credit to the farmers. So over the period of time, the share of the cooperative banks is declining. And the regional rural banks, they are also playing important roles, and the commercial banks and share is now more than 75% in the international credit flow to the agriculture sectors. And livestock is another important factors in agriculture production. Basically they are the measures for poverty eradication measures, and the livestock basically they provide the labor, manure, nutritional security to the farmers, or they also have the income support or regular income in the farm sectors. And now we can sum up the session that we follow the seed, water and fertilizer policy under the Green Revolution, and this technology or this Green Revolution's policy basically ushered a revolution in the food production in the country, and we have increased the area under handling short duration crop varieties. Then we have increased the consumption of the chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and we have given a lot of importance to develop the irrigation infrastructures, and so that area under the irrigation can be increased, and we can adopt the multiple cropping system in the country. Focus was also there for encouraging the farm mechanizations, and because all these farm inputs and farm mechanization, they are basically capital intensive nature. So focus was also there to increase the flow of institutional credit in the agriculture sector. With this, I thank you.